Go racing. Go online. GoRacing.ie. Horse Racing Ireland's official website.
Hello and welcome to this week's Horse Racing Ireland racing preview with myself, Sarah Pickford, and my colleague Liam Glynn. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Curragh on Saturday the 15th of September. It's an 8-race card and the first race is off at 3 o'clock. Now the ground currently is yielding. The forecast is dry for today and tomorrow, so hopefully the ground will dry up a bit for us. The first race we're going to be taking a look at is the 4:30. This is the Newbridge 200 Renaissance Stakes. It's a Group 3 and it's over 6 furlongs. Now the horse that I've selected in this race, Star Spangled Banner, it's the Aidan O'Brien trained horse. Now he didn't run well last time out at the Curragh, but the ground was soft that day, so I'm hoping that with slightly better ground he will run up to his ability. He's some great form, has a lot of ability, but I'm just wondering, with his age, is he just getting a little bit clever and thinking about things a bit, do you know?
Yeah, Sarah, it's an interesting race on paper. A horse I like in it is trained by David Watchman, Fire Lily. It was just pipped by Mike Garlana in a Group 3 at the Curragh last time out. Should go close again. But a horse that should be noted as well is Lady Wingshot. She looks a solid each way bet in this. She disappointed last weekend at the Curragh, but she had 1-2 races prior to that. Okay, and Jim Bulger is very impressive at getting his horses right, so it's an each way bet in that. But Fire Lily is my one in this race.
Okay. The next race then we're going to have a look at is the feature race of the day. This is the 6:05. It's the Gain Horse Feeds Irish St Leger, Group 1 over a mile and 6. I'm going to go with the John Ox trained Hartani in this race. He's shown to be quite a consistent horse. Christophe Lemaire's coming over to ride him, and he has won on soft ground, so if we didn't get the forecast that's expected, the ground will obviously probably be yielding, on the yielding side anyway, so...
Yes, Hartani is an interesting horse in this race. He was second last time in the Leger Trials. It's interesting to see that the Aga Khan has 2 runners in this race. Massian was second in the Group 3 Ballyroan Stakes at Leopardstown last time out. Could be running well at a big price for trainer Mick Halford. Royal Diamond, who was only beaten a neck in the Ebor at York, is also another interesting horse. And Brown Panther, who was owned by footballer Michael Owen, is also the English raider in the race. But Aidan O'Brien bids to do the Leger double with Camelot and he in England, and then he has Fame and Glory in the Irish Leger. Jamie Spencer is going to ride Fame and Glory, and it would be great to see Aidan do the Leger double with Camelot as well. But the horse I'm going for this is Massine each way in this in the Irish Leger. Okay,
yeah, it's going to be an interesting race anyway. The next race then we'll have a look at is the 6:40. This is the Goffs Vincent O'Brien Stakes. It's a Group 1. This is over 7 furlongs and it's for 2-year-olds. Now I'm going to go with another one of Aidan O'Brien's horses, Cristoforo Colombo, in this race. Unfortunately, he slipped up at the Curragh last time out when he was travelling quite well. And hopefully, once again, with the ground hopefully drying out, it will suit him a lot better as well.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see what would have happened if he didn't have slipped up the last time. Yeah. He would have got it very close in this. It's Dawn Approach, who won the Group 2 Coventry Stakes at Royal Ascot, is really the one to beat in this race.
Absolutely.
It was recently purchased by Godolphin, so probably will run in England, is favourite for the Guineas next year, and probably will go in the Derby as well. Probably move to England after this run. But a horse I like in this race is probably each way, and you cannot rule out Letramore, who won the Group 3 last weekend for Jim Bulger. A bit of a surprise last week, and this horse might improve after winning the Group 3 last week. But I think Dawn Approach is the one to beat, but probably each way for David Watchman as well in this race. Looks a good each way bet.
Okay. So is there anything else then that you've selected on the card takes your interest?
Yeah, just in the Flame on Tara EBF listed stakes, Andrew Oliver, who's having a tremendous season, he saddles You Leave Me Breathless, could be an interesting runner in this race. And Dermot Weld has a newcomer, Razmia. Pat Smullen is booked to ride this. Looks danger. These both hold entries in the 1,000 guineas for next year, the Irish 1,000 guineas. So it's a clue, maybe they're ones to watch and pull out this race. And just in the qualified riders race, an interesting horse from the Jim Cullity yard, who might run a big race at a big price, is Marvelous Moment. Was just pipped by a short head by Heartside last time out at Ballinrobe, and a previous one at Roscommon. Jane Mangan is booked to ride. She's a very good rider.
Absolutely,
and it looks an each way bet, so Marvelous Moment each way in the qualified riders race.
Okay, and then we also have Camelot, like you said, running in Doncaster, and Aidan O'Brien going for the Triple Crown with him.
Yeah, it's going to be an amazing achievement if he can do it, since Nijinsky just over 42 years ago. The main danger looks to be the David Lanigan trained main sequence, and hopefully there'll be a bit of celebration at the Curragh on Saturday because Aidan and Joseph are flying back. Joseph has a ride in the Goss Vincent O'Brien Stakes, so hopefully there'll be double celebrations, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so next week's racing is going to be at Listowel on Saturday and Gorham Park on Sunday. Shortly you'll see a summary of our selections on the screen. Thank you for watching.
Go racing. Go online. GoRacing.ie. Horse Racing Ireland's official website.